What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of F1 2016 Mobile Career Mode, episode number 69, today for the Sakir Grand Prix and the penultimate race of Season 5. Check out the last video if you missed it. That took place at the very same circuit where we're going to be today, only it was entitled the Bahrain Grand Prix. The reason why this video has been delayed, as you can tell, it's quite a lot longer than usual, and as you can also tell by the title, well, I'm just going to say, stay to the end. It's by far the best race of the season. Absolute carnage, incidents galore, shock podiums, absolute quality racing at times. This race has just completely got it all. So this is, it's just taken me a lot longer to edit this video. So with that, let's dive into what will be a chaotic Sakir Grand Prix.
Welcome to Sakir for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. We hope you're ready for an exciting evening's action.
So the first dilemma of this weekend has presented itself in Q3 when my lap was invalidated for cutting turn 10. Did I do that in Bahrain at the previous round? I don't know. But what also happened at the previous round was Sebastian Vettel was on pole. I think that's his third of the season. It's just a shame that the Ferrari driver has not had any wins. Otherwise he'd be right up there in the championship fight. We're going to do a two-stop today. And as you can see, we are doing cockpit cam. 5 red lights are out and we're underway, and that's not a very good start to this Grand Prix. We're going to hopefully try and gain some places into the first corner. Quick side note, the reason why I'm doing cockpit cam was because I was requested, I'll see if I can put the comment on screen now, if I can find it, by one of my viewers who said he wanted me to do a full season in cockpit cam, and I thought, well, I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I could certainly do the odd race with cockpit cam, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And to be honest, I've actually found it to be arguably more enjoyable than usual, because it just adds to the immersion. Anyway, that was basically why I decided to run cockpit cam. It was requested by a fan. I decided not to do a full season like they suggested. However, I do hope that they appreciate. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. I'll see if I can find the comment on screen. But yeah, we digress, as I'm now going to be completely spun into the wall! Oh my word, it is a disaster! And now I've been spun backwards as well! We're facing the wrong way! Oh my word, we've gone from actually having quite a good start, if you were watching that in the background while I was whittering on, to now being spun round by the AI. I've lost my front wing, and that means we're going to have to make an early scheduled pit stop in this race. Disaster. With the championship on the line, with the Mercedes right at the front, this is the very, very last thing I needed. Although even without a front wing, I'm still going to be able to get past Rio Haryanto there. As we head through turn number 13, as you can see, just look at the understeer. It's just unbelievable. But already, it's kicking off. As I said, maybe this cockpit camera helps add to the chaoticness of the race. I don't know. I'm also debating whether I should do Abu Dhabi in cockpit cam or not. I'm not entirely sure at the time of recording, as, yeah, we have to come into the pits. So immediately my strat has to change. I was going to go for a two-stop, the same as in the previous race, although with just different order of using the tyres. So we have to go straight onto a medium compound tyre, but even that's only going to last 10 laps at most. So we're still not even going to be able to get to the end on one set of tyres. We are going to need to come in again, which is not ideal at all, but I guess we're just going to have to make do with what we've got, as I've put in the fastest lap of the race, even though I completely messed up turn 13, as we've got the AI just completely being very erratic. at the first corner. I'm going to try and keep my nose clean this time, although it wasn't even my fault the first time, so I don't know why I'm talking about that. We're right in the crosshairs of Felipe Nasr. We're going to go up the inside of the Brazilian driver. Haryanto's forced wide by Magnussen, so we're going to overtake him as well. And then it actually looks like he's trying to get back through with Felipe Nasr. I'm going to squeeze him out there. Magnussen has a bit of a moment. We're going to see if we can switch it back. And then we're going to switch to the inside at turn 8. Up the inside. That was a lovely move. And we get up into P15. It looks like Nasr's actually followed me through, looking in the top left-hand at the running order. So into turn 10. That's not ideal. That's what I have done a lot more of, particularly in practice, is running wide at turn 10, and look, Felipe Nasr's got back through again. Although I have got the DRS wide open, it's not really going to help. As I say, unfortunately, it's not very effective in this game. Wehrlein, Nasr, both go wide. We're going to sneak round the outside of Jolly and Palmer as well. Round the outside at turn 13, the Britain's still on the inside. That is a wonderful move, if I do say so myself. That was brave, but I've completely ruined it by going too wide and dipping a tyre into the gravel trap. And the Renault driver immediately takes the position back, and I'm forced to wait until the pit straight. Although with the AI are broken in the last corner, he's going to go wide, as is Carlos Sainz. We're going to get the Spanish driver too, and we're up into P12. So we've made some really good progress on that lap. Lap number 5, we've caught up to Romain Grosjean, who is now in P10. So already we're looking to fight back into the World Championship points, in the words of Martin Brundle. Am I going to go for a dive in the last corner? Yes, we are! I was tempted to wait till the pit straight. I wasn't sure if I was going to go for it, but in the end I just decided to pick Grosjean off nice and early. I've now got a battle in front between Kimi Raikkonen and one of the McLarens. I've improved on my fastest lap by nearly 3 seconds, I think. As there's more cars in the pit lane, we're going to go up the middle of Raikkonen and Alonso. Alonso's going to keep the position for the time being, although we've managed to dispatch the Iceman as down on the back straight, which runs behind the pit garages. We've got DRS and Alonso. He goes wide as the AI are bugged at that corner as well, and we move back up into P6. So this has been a hell of a recovery drive from me, as Palmer is now a back marker. That was nearly me losing my front wing. We're on to lap number 8. I'm in P4. Both Mercedes are still in front of me. However, Sebastian Vettel is the race leader, as he is not yet pitted. No, it's now Nico Rosberg in 3rd place. Hamilton is in 2nd, I do believe. However, both Mercedes have just made their pit stop, which is why I've suddenly caught them up. That was a pretty good run through turn 10 there, one of my best of the race. So hopefully with DRS wide open, we might be able to look for an opportunistic move on Nico Rosberg. He goes wide. We are going to slide our Red Bull up into the Mercedes sandwich. Hamilton up next, which means Sebastian Vettel is still leading the race. Now, can he convert that into his first win since season 3? Which doesn't even really count, because I was driving as him then. In fact, his only win, apart from when I've driven as him, was when we of course abandoned the Italian Grand Prix in season 2, because we had that horrific death crash that I just cut to black. Hamilton goes wide, we take the position, and that will be the net race lead, because unfortunately Vettel's pitted. He can't make those tyres last any longer, and it looks like the Scuderia driver is going to be unable to come out on top here in Bahrain despite taking victory. It doesn't look like Ferrari are going to be winning the Sakir Grand Prix. As we're now on to lap 10 still, I'm kind of monitoring the gap to Hamilton. I'm not pulling away too much, I'm trying to save my rubber. Although, to be honest, I think I am probably going to pit at the end of this lap. Although, here comes Hamilton. He's going to go for the dive into the final corner. I'm going to leave plenty of space and go wide. Hamilton's still there on the inside. And this is where there's going to be a problem, because I'm trying to get into the pit lane. Although, Hamilton's trying to go round me. I almost have to crash into the pit wall because Hamilton wouldn't let me go into the pit lane. Oh, my word. So, on goes another set of super soft tyres. Man, I've never seen that before. I've never seen the AI try and stop me from going into the pits. As we're going to come out in P7. I thought Magnussen would be Kvyat first. I have to completely go over the curb there at turn 2. And Magnussen's now fighting back, re-overtaking me. What are you doing, son? You're a lap down. Get out of my way now. Yeah, that should definitely be a 5-second penalty. If I can get 5-second penalty for corner cutting, they should certainly get 5-second penalties for ruining my races. Hulkenberg goes wide back onto the track, and I've lost my wing again. We're going to have to pit again for a 3rd time in this race. Oh my word. What is going on here at the Sakir Grand Prix? That's the second wing change of the race, because the AI are broken in the last corner. I didn't have enough time to react and ended up ramming Hulkenberg. So now, we only did one lap on that previous set of tyres. We've now come out in P12. There's 2 laps to go. When we cross the line, it's Magnussen again. He's battling Massa. Thankfully, he gets out of the way relatively okay this time. Is he going to hang in there? No, he's just going to use that OP straight line speed. Well, if he's not going to move out of the way, I'm just going to have to fight him for the position. But Magnussen completely moves across me. I have to completely overshoot turn 1 to avoid losing my wing for what would have been the 3rd time. What is wrong with this guy? Why is he not getting the hell out of the way? At this point, is it almost worth losing a wing over to teach him a lesson? Probably not, because the championship's on the line. In the end, I just go for that aggressive dive bomb. But look how much Massa has pulled away under all that. This blue flags is just costing me dearly in this Grand Prix, as we're going to see a quick speed up of me going slightly wide through turn 8, having a perfect run through turn 10, getting DRS on the Brazilian, then the Brazilian going wide and me elevating myself up into P11 with Esteban Gutierrez next in the crosshairs. The Mexican driver in the Haas. Could we go for the dive bomb into the final corner? Not quite. We're going to wait for him to go wide, because let's face it, we know he will. Raikkonen goes wide as well. He's completely off the track. And that gives me P9 in the Sakir Grand Prix as we're starting the final lap. That was a personal best in the final sector as well, so I guess that's promising. I'm going to go for a push lap to see if I can absolutely annihilate my own fastest lap, just to put a statement out there to say what could have been. There you go, 4 tenths up just in the first sector, as we are absolutely flying up to the back of Fernando Alonso. We're almost going to go for the dive there. Alonso just completely moved across me. There's contact made as we head through turn number 9. I'm going to fight this all the way to the end. I'm not going to give up. We're going to go up sneak up the inside in turn 10, force Alonso to make a mistake. He forces me out wide because I have to take evasive action to avoid running into the back of the Spanish driver. Hopefully he's going to go wide here. It looks like he will. Yes, he does. So I'm going to slot nicely through into P8. Lewis Hamilton has won the Sakir Grand Prix, but unfortunately it just wasn't our day. Just the AI were totally against me. 1.4 seconds slower in the middle sector. I hope that's not going to dent my attempt of getting the fastest lap. As I said, it's just more for pride rather than anything else, just to put a statement out there to say, well, if I'd have led the race, I'd have absolutely destroyed everybody. A little bit of wheel spin on the curb. What a chaotic, yet entertaining, but ultimately disastrous race, as we come through to only take P8 at the Sakir Grand Prix, even with 3 pit stops. What a disaster. There's your results from the Sakir Grand Prix. And you can see Vettel ended up only in P5 in the end, so it wasn't a good day at all for Ferrari. But Hamilton wins. Perez was second, ahead of Rosberg. Button fourth, big shout out to him. But let's focus on Perez a minute. He was under 3 seconds of winning the Grand Prix. And if he had won, Perez would have won the Sakir Grand Prix. Just think about that relation to real life for a second. How weird is that? Anyway, that's massive GG to the Mexican driver, because that almost doubles his points tally for the whole season in one race. But yeah, wow. We've completely thrown it away. What a disaster. We went from having a 23-point lead, pretty much, to now it's just 2 points heading into Abu Dhabi, the final race. It's going to be a tough ask for Rosberg to win the championship, realistically. So yeah, it's myself versus Lewis Hamilton. It's a 2-horse shootout for the title. It's winner takes all in Abu Dhabi. To be honest, I had no idea that result would cost me as much as it did. That's why we needed Perez to win. Unfortunately, in the constructors, we're not making much gains on Mercedes. It doesn't help when Verstappen's finishing like P18 like he did today. He's not been a great teammate this season in terms of scoring points. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server. Both links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys all next time for the finale in Abu Dhabi, where it's winner takes all. Goodbye.